Boa noite, e seja bem-vindo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone else that is here in the Twitch chat. We are back after several weeks away from, or after Season 10, if I can get my words out properly. We are back for Season 11, Round 1 of Assist Tier 1. That is right, boys and girls. Assist Tier 1 and Assist Tier 2 is back. Realistic is unfortunately no more. We now have 2 assist tiers back, just like it was. This would have been about, when did I join the league? Season 3, Season 4? So we've rolled back the years a wee bit, and we are once again running our 2 assist tiers and our normal NA on Tuesdays. How are we all this wonderful Thursday evening? Hello Jack, Socks with the onboard, Ciao Bella. Onboard, Ethan, that onboard might be a bit difficult. Where's David? He is currently at the kebab van, which is just down the stairs from the commentary gantry. I think he will be up in about, I would say about 5-10 minutes. So, he should be in for the start of qualifying. Fingers crossed. Hello John. Hello Aiden. I'm expecting big things from you tonight, Aiden. With you and your new parts that have arrived for your sim rigs. You're not on the pad anymore. Very quickly, is volume all good? Is quality all good for everybody else? There's no any major lag spikes, no problems. You're not racing, that is shambolic. That is not on. I'm having issues. What, with the rig or personally? Ethan odds to win this race negative 3,500. If he does well in qualifying, and then doesn't have his Wi-Fi pack in on him, then he should be okay. And all good on stream. Thank you, Nico. So I do believe we are waiting on a few more people to join. It should be about 15, 16-ish. I think we have for our season opener tonight, which is really, really good. That's good numbers to start the season. It's what we all want. So, whilst we wait on everybody else jumping in, I think we'll do a wee quick rundown of, I think we can start with Tuesday, if I can do it off the top of my head, because I forgot to write it down because I've run out of paper. I'm class at this, aren't I? We had Ethan take pole, very surprisingly. There was a lot of surprises at that. He did say himself beforehand he's became another quality merchant. So we'll see if he carries it on tonight. Ethan has done 6-8s. If he doesn't get pole, something has gone horribly wrong. Well, this is Ethan, so we know I'm communicating with online services. If anyone's able to take a screenshot of that in chat, please put that in the memes channel, because that just sums up like everything possible that could go wrong with Ethan, just right there. Was an Ethan pole. It was then, I believe, John Willow deflated, I believe was the top 4. I myself was, P8. I think I did a 7.4, which equals the quality record for tonight. So I do believe that will be broken, but we'll get more into that later on. The main race, it was another inters to dries. It was the exact same as last season, where the inters burned out because the track got too dry, so you then had to go on to hards to go straight to the very end. But the track is cold, the track is damp, you're on cold, hard tiles which have no grip the best of times. So, you know, it is what it is. Was a few I say there was a few DNFs. It was myself and Ethan. Ethan's Wi-Fi decided it didn't like him anymore, and I decided to smooch a wall coming out of Pico de Pato because there was a Dr. Pepper on the side of the road. I thought I'd quite like it. And it was lovely, won't lie. The team weren't very happy though. Over the line, it was deflated. Did cross the line first, but he had 3-second penalty. So I believe it then went John Willow Cod, and then it was deflated at the end. I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head, but I know deflated crossed the line first because John Cod and Willow decided to have a wee bit of algae. We may have a possible delayed start. We're trying to just get everybody in. Adrian is on his way and saying ETA about 5 to 6 minutes. So that gives David plenty of time to get in from his snack van. He's still ready. I don't know what's taking him so long. They must be making it fresh for him. We had 6 seconds but still finished P4. That's what it was. I didn't know if he'd got another pen or not because by that point my sim rig was nearly getting thrown out of the window. So I'm stuck on joining session. Do you want to restart your full sim rig? Sim rig? Setup, console, that word. There we go, third time lucky. His Wi-Fi's bottling it for him already, we're not even in the lobby. You do have time to restart, we're holding it off until Adrian gets in so that we can do... I do believe it will be short quality tonight once we get everybody else back in, because I think the servers aren't having their best of times. So what we'll do is we'll run through all the teams, who's with who are the reserves for tonight, if I can remember off the top of my head, and we'll see how we do and what time that leaves us just at the end. So, McLaren, starting off, as you can see, top of your screen there is Chic Chipmunk, if I can speak English. My lord. He is currently by himself in that team. I think they had to do a wee bit of swapping about and backwards and forwards in management, all the admin stuff. So that's now sorted. He is by himself. In the Red Bulls, in fact, we'll switch to the screen so it's a wee bit easier for everybody to see. We do have our title winner from last season's normal assist tier in Cal, and he is partnered up with my Austrian brother Nico, also known as Bullet. And I think, personally, I can see that probably being your constructors winners this season. If they can keep it clean, keep it nice and steady, they have absolutely nothing to worry about. In the Merc, it will be Adrian, who is currently on his way in, and Fockmasters, who is not racing tonight, and I think somebody else is going to take his seat at the time. Ferrari will be COD currently, who was our realistic champion last season, which is what 81 has now replaced. Oh, pardon me. So he might be one to watch out for, and he has SRX Diego, I believe, is a teammate who's not in the lobby yet, but tonight will be his 13th start, so maybe he's avoiding it because unlucky number 13. We move down the orders now to Williams. Hello. If I can figure out where they are. Down in this wee corner, we do have Socks, and I think you'll be very, very happy that he got his nice blue willy that he has wanted for so long, and with him is Jensen as well, Mr. Money Game, who is saying hi in the chat. How are we, Mister? I think that'll be another very good team for people to look out for. In the V-Carb, currently it is that guy, he is reserving this evening, but it is Emil who hasn't started, and Tors who also hasn't started. In the Aston Martins, it is currently deflated, but he's also reserving tonight. And it is Prev and Wilgner that is in that team, and they are not quite in yet either. In the Haas would be Johnny B and Ethan. It's another very, very strong team. It's very well balanced this season. The wheel was very kind to us, thank the Lord. And in the Kicksaubers, it is currently Wizard Mitten, also known as IIRL Jack, and our NA champion from last season, Mr. Willow the Tree. And that's us. And I do believe I've just heard a knock at the commentary door, and that is a Mr. David joining us, I do believe. I don't know if you're coming through on stream just yet. Is there a wee bit at the top in sentence? Cannot hear you on stream just yet. Oh, and it's kicked me out and put me in a party. Alright. Don't you love technology? It's absolutely smashing. There we go. So back in, I can hear you, which is what we need. Not yet. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Have got your game invite now though. Oh, the joys of technical difficulties. Um, it should be coming through. I'm not sure why it's not. It might be my Twitch settings. Live streaming options. I've got party audio is on, so that should be coming through. Yeah, and it's not coming through. That's quite annoying. We do have the tech team on hand to try and sort it, and whilst we're still waiting on Adrian joining, so we have got the time to do it. So we did say to the stream chat that you were away at the snack van grabbing the kebab. So I'm assuming they made it fresh because oh lovely. It's like something you do on Forza as like a joke car. We let Bradfordians. What would you call them? We'll go Bradfordians. Yeah. It's probably the safest PG option we could do. um, yeah, I look. This is the YouTube video where it's like GTA 5 but Michael's schizophrenic. I think that's yeah, that's what this is. So fingers crossed, because if it can't, it might need to get moved to an Xbox party, which is a wee bit tedious. So we can't hear him. Yeah, we're sorting it in the background, Jensen. It's the tech team are on it. So fingers crossed. There's so it should still, but it wouldn't be as clear as it is now. Yeah. I can't even get into the settings for that either. That's brilliant. Audio settings, maybe? No, they're all on. And Ethan can't join. Oh, it's the joins. Stream at the moment, tech support. Like the thing for the IT crowd. It's like, hello IT, if you try turning this off now and again. Unless there's some setting in like Twitch itself that needs to get put on, or I'm unsure, but we'll. Oh, that is not the news that tech support. That's weird. Ethan, is it literally just your Wi-Fi that's not letting you join? Because if it is, just restart the router and go from there. I think if worse comes to worse with tech support, we can go back to walkie talkies. I mean, if I don't see Willow deflated and Cod the bottom three, they are awful human beings. Yeah, I would agree with that. Willow deflated. I know deflated said he's doing it. They should all be starting from the back. Cod maybe not. I don't think he said, but deflated definitely is. So he's just there for fun. Are we readying up now? Oh, that was why it worked for Willow. He was on PC. So we are now underway. You don't see me ruining 81. See, this is why you ruin 81 first and then you leave. That's what I did. Well, I wouldn't say ruin, but maybe being a bit too quick for where we should be. The walkie-talkies might be getting pulled out of storage from Grandad's bunker in the back garden. It should be okay. Miles, if you're watching the stream, we can resort it back to an Xbox party and just do it through the app. It'll be a wee bit goofy, it might be a bit iffy, but it's better than a mild bit of schizophrenia going on. So if it comes to it, we'll switch it, which I think is what it will look like just now. But we have loaded in, and it is dry for now, and we don't have our favoured weatherman with us because his Wi-Fi is currently not working. So whilst we're waiting on cars jumping out on track, I think we'll very quickly switch to an Xbox party, and we'll go from there. Because see, you are lucky you aren't in the commentary box with me currently, because all you can hear is David putting his spicy kebab sauce just all over the place. It's all over the notes. It's all over the desk. It's here, there, and everywhere. And Wizard Mitten is awfully janky coming out of that pit lane. That might be an issue. Liam does keep his promise and starts from the back. So very quickly, we will jump into an Xbox party, and we will catch you back very shortly. Okie dokie. Invite only. That's fine. Party is being streamed, so that should come up when David joins. If he very quickly jumps on Xbox. It's not possible without being in an Xbox party. Yeah, that's a bit unfair. Have very quickly jump back, just in time for Jack starting his lap. Hopefully should now be coming through on the stream. Fingers crossed as he makes his way through the CNSs and into turn 3 of the Curve del Sol, where that curb is just killer in the wet. It's not one you want to be really going near with, as Piastri's found out, as Schumacher's found out, as everybody else that spun off at that corner during the years. But Jack making his way up through turn 6 of Ferradura and into this lovely little bit of 7, 8 and 9 where you need to bossa left and then bossa right, coming out of it into Pico de Pato of turn 10. Nice little wheel flick, bouncing his way over those lovely multicoloured curbs through Magulio and in towards Junsal, which I think it's probably one of my favourite corners on the track, but it's one of the most annoying to try and get right. It just always catches me out, and he's just a massive pain. But we've got Jack up to the line, burning all of his battery, not hugging straight to that left-hand side on a run to the line, and he does set a 9.9 for our peeps to beat, and the first peep to beat it is Mr. Money Game himself, Jensen, who does an 8.0. Next to the line is Nico, who then does a 7.7, and if these are the immediate lap times that we are setting on our first runs, then the quality record will definitely be broken this evening. It's currently sat at a... Oh, Willow's invalidated. He might need to go again. He's got fuel to go again. He does have 2 laps on board, so maybe doing a wee double out lap So we'll go on board with, I do believe it's Johnny B running to the line, so he'll be next to set a lap. Is it Chipmunk? I do believe it will be Chipmunk. So we're right on board with the McLaren driver as he makes his way to the line. Is he going to keep it all the way to the left? Doesn't either, alright, does a wee bit now, but it's not as good as it could be, and does a 7.8. He slots it in behind. We then have, who will it be? Oh, well that's a very expensive lawnmower. That don't go there. That do not go there. There's we got Jack going again, did improve, he's done a 9.4. As we got, we'll ride on board with Johnny. I think he'll be the next one that does properly set a lap unless Willow's just ahead. So we'll go with Johnny for just now. Little bit of a lock up into 8 as he makes his way through 9, and it spits you back out to that right hand side. You want to be braking just as that little service road ends on the left hand side. That's my nice wee reference that I use when you turn your Rainbow Snake off. Through Pico de Pato is fine, through the downhill left of Magulio and into Jun Sao of 12 and 13's got loads of battery left to burn and blitz all the way to the line, and here he comes in. Go Johnny, go! Go! We'll see what he does, keeping it nice and tight to that left hand side, and does a 7.9 and puts himself in P3, so currently they are all nip and tuck it nice and tight, but I feel like this man may have something to say about that. So we'll see what he does. He makes his way in towards Magulio of 11 again. It probably will be a quality record to start off. Nice little wheel flick using all that curve. Oh! Using all that curve and some of the grass. Nearly ended up in the wee river just behind that corner. Nearly doing a Kimi Räikkönen, and he does abandon it. So we won't see what that does. Our quality record tonight, I do believe, is a 7.4. And it's by Josh. So I'm assuming that was set season 4, season 5, I would assume. Roughly. Who else we got coming to the line? Caden, I'm assuming, is going to PB. He does indeed, and does a 7.7. Adrian, I must have missed that. He's done a 7.5. So already we're about a 10th off of our quality record. Cod was next to the line, but I think he was doing a second push lap, so we'll ride on board. We will ride on board with him in just a sec. Padge to the line, does a 9.1. I think it's Johnny B coming into the pits behind, so it is just Cod. So we'll ride on board with him for now, and we'll see. Oh, that was a big bump over that curb. No, he's still keeping going for it, so we'll ride on board with them through Ferradura of 6, and we'll keep on board with them through the little snaky infield bit that we have, or we won't, because that's another invalidation for the sole Ferrari man this evening. And that will be him straight back into the pit lane. So who else have we got? Padge is on an in lap. We have Cal just starting his lap, so we'll go on board with him. I thought it was John B. I think it was, but that was the overall one. They're just the assist records, just on their own. So that was a very laggy car there. Is David not in the comms? He is, but he is currently finishing his kebab that he finished downstairs at the commentary gantry. So he should be on his way in now, I do believe. I will try and find them again, send them a party invite, and he should be in just now, and we'll be able to finally hear our man from Bradford after, how long have we been live for? About half an hour? So there we go, we can get him in now. He has been fired a party invite, so he should be in shortly. He's just tidying up his napkins. Hopefully it did come through and I did invite the right account. I think there is only one David H on my account. That is very wide from Cal. Somehow has stayed valid. I don't know how. Oh, pardon me. I do understand what Liam was saying now. About how track limits here are really inconsistent after Tuesday. That's mad. I think Cal does have enough fuel to go again. He does have enough battery as well. We need to push a fair amount though to get it done. We have that guy starting a lap ahead of him, so we'll go on board with our man here. If he keeps it valid through the CNS as it does, through the Curva del Sol, keeping it nice and smooth and down. Oh, I died. That's not good. And David's having more technical issues. This is not smooth sailing. I'm not sure what's happening. It's above my pay grade, this one, but he has been sent invites. We've not just locked him out because he stunk it out with his kebab sauce. I'm not I'm not sure what is the full issue. It's not great. It's not what we want for the Dr. Pepper nearly killed us. But I've not even touched it yet either. That's the worst bit. That guy to the line does improve, but he keeps his position of P7. Padge is retired. See who else is coming to the line. Cod's just starting his lap. Jack's just starting his lap as well. There's a Red Bull coming to the line of... Is that Cal? No, it's Nico. I can't tell them apart. That is horrendous. And then it will be, I think, Willow just behind them all starting their laps as well. It's Adrian on his as well. So they're all in a nice wee row here for us to sort. So we're right on board with our NA champ from last season, and we'll see what he does on the run to the line, burning all that battery. The DRS flap wide open, keeping it nice to the left, just hovering on that white line to it, and there it is, a 7.2. We have a new quality record for assist here. When we still have about 8 minutes left of this quality session to go. We'll see what everybody else does on their laps on the run to the line. That's Chipmunk just starting his. We've got Johnny B on the way to the line, just starting. I believe he's just starting, so that must have been 2 outlaps for the man in the Haas. We then have, if I can remember where all the buttons go, do believe Cod next to the line, nice to the left as well. He also does a 7.2. So our 2 NA guys up at the front. How is that not invalidated either? I've been robbed. Got a yellow flag for, I think that was Chipmunk getting out of the way. He's such a likeable guy. Adrian's aborted his lap. I think Nico did improve. We've got another yellow flag for, I think that's just Cod moving out of the way of other cars. Well, there's moving out of the way and then there's flying off to the next state over, which I think is Masso Grosso. I'm trying to remember my GeoGuessr knowledge and it's not very good at the moment. Who else have we got coming to the line then? There's an Alpine coming. That's another expensive grass cutter, that one. Caden to the line doesn't improve, or is he just starting? He's just starting his lap. Johnny B is just finishing his, so we'll see what he does to the line. Does improve to a 7.8, but he stays where he is for now. I then think that guy coming into the pit lane, so he won't be doing his lap. I think Jack is just starting one, just finishing. He's not got much fuel left in the car, so he must be finishing it. We've got Cal on the run to the line, and about 60-50% battery on the run to the line, keeping it nice to the left. If he does indeed, cuts all the way in, it gains you that much time. They're side by side in the pit lane off to his left hand side, but Cal does a 7.6, and our defending champion currently sits in P5 just next to his teammate. So the Red Bull boys are getting all nice and comfy. Pardon me, I need to get the soothers out already. Evening, Padge, how are we? Ethan, are you managing to get in at all? Nope. It would appear that the Welsh brand of, I'm assuming you have Sky, is not that great. What is great though is that Caden's on a 7.4. So I think he'll be quite happy with that. We've got, is it Cal on his in lap, and Johnny B out of fuel on his in lap as well. Bro prepped the block no spray, but his lungs are what's failing. It's not my lungs, it's like the back of my throat's a bit gubbed. I've not been feeling the best. If I'm being perfectly honest, it's not been the best of weeks. We flew to Iceland and got ill. We then went to England and got ill. So it's a good laugh, isn't it? What can you do? We'll need to actually find the Strepsils. Where are they? That's the lack of Dr. Pepper. They taste similar. A wee bit. Or I think I'm just that rotted because I've ate that much, had that much Dr. Pepper. We've got that guy already out for his final run. Is he doing 2 laps? He does have about 4 laps of fuel in the car. So I'm assuming he's doing 2 push laps, or 2 out laps, sorry. We're right on board with him just now, as he's the only one that will be out on track and setting a lap. Brother, you cannot eat the can after, that's what we'll be doing. Yeah, but how else am I going to get the nice little bits afterwards? There's always stuff left in the can that you can't get out. Gotta get it all out. We'll see if that guy goes for another push lap, or is he starting it now? No, he's starting it now, alright. We'll ride on board with our man in the V-carb, and we'll see what he can do into the Senna S as you're braking just after that 100 board, making his way through a little bit of a slide that runs him a little bit out wide through the Curva del Sol of turn 3, keeping it tucked into the left to reduce his run down the Reta Opposta and into the Decino del Lago at the Sector 1 and Sector 2 split. He's about half a tenth down on his PB currently, right on the limits of track limits in towards turn 6 of Ferradura. Just at that 50 board, you want to flick it in, hold it in 6 and just feather the throttle round, try not to loop it, and oh, it's all gone wrong. Should have enough fuel to go again. We'll definitely have the battery to go again. It now just depends on timing. Got 2 minutes 50 left. I think he can do another cooldown and go again. He's got Johnny B in front of him now as well. Pardon me. We're right on board with Mr. Johnny B, who he did finish P4 in the full of oh, he's being cheeky. I know what this man's doing. Might need to move out of the way, Johnny, though, because you've got a very frustrated that guy coming behind you. So there we go, we'll go back on board with that guy again, and we'll see what he can do. Johnny, I do believe, is doing 2 out laps and using that nice wee brake trick that some people may not know about. That's a lot smoother run through Curva del Sol and onto the Reta Opposta, and we'll see if he can keep it proper this time. Is he more up on the lap? He's even further down, he's about a tenth down now. Gets another slight wiggle on, goes all the way out to that white lane through the Decino del Lago, and now on the run up to the hill into Ferradura. Flicks it into the right, feather the throttle, missed that bump on the inside, use that curb, and he keeps it pointing in the correct way and on the black stuff this time. Another little bit of a slide, the tyres crying out for mercy at this point, as he's having to do 2 laps on them, using as much of the track as he can into Pico de Pato and into Mergulio of 11. Gets a little bit of grass on his tyres on that front left and in towards Juncel. You want to brake it just at any point you can see it, to be honest. Kicks the back end out a little bit too much, oversteering the brake bias, maybe not at the setting that he needs it to be, but burning his way up to the line, and we'll see what the man in the V-carb can do, keeping it nice and tight to the left. Will he improve? Will he not? And he doesn't. He might have time to go again. It'll be very, very tight if he does. Johnny B just starting his lap now, so we'll see who will be next behind him. It is Jack, but he's just starting one as well. I do believe that's then an Alpine of Caden. He's just starting his lap too. It's then the Merc of Adrian. He's also just starting his lap. So then is it Willow, who's then also just starting a lap. I do believe everybody's just starting theirs full just now. We'll see who else we have. Jensen on theirs. Chipmunk is on his. I think he'll be the next one to the lane, actually on a lap. So we're right on board with the Soul McLaren man as he makes his way up the hill, avoiding that bit where Paul di Resta absolutely clarted the wall under safety car. Still don't know how he managed that one. But up to the line, Mr. Chipmunk goes P3. It's a 7.4, so he now also matches the old quali record. We'll see who else we have to the line next. A little bit of a spin out of frustration. I think that was Nico just starting his lap. You've got Cal just a wee bit further up as well, so we'll go back to, it was then that guy who has went again, so we'll see what he can do. Oh, as he runs out of fuel, coasts his way over the line, so then it will be Johnny B to the line, and we'll see what he can do. Nice and tight to the left, up to the line, stays where he is, doesn't improve. So the Haas man will start no further forward than P9. Next to the line, I do believe it is Caden, who is not burning battery. Is this lap a write-off? It is indeed. So Caden will start higher than P4. It's then the Mercedes of Adrian behind him, the man that hasn't raced for for a good few seasons, been about season 6, season 7, to the line, and he knocks Chipmunk down 1 place. He takes P3, best of the rest so far. Willow to the line does a 6.8, gets a nice slipstream off a Jack as the Sounders are nip and toe over the line. Jensen improves to P7. Cal improves to P4. Our champion from last season is not down and out just yet, and he's putting up a fight. It's so close in that midfield. That's unbelievable. Can Nico join them? He can't, not just yet. There's then the Williams, I do believe, of Scott. It was. He doesn't improve either. He stays in P11, and then that's Chipmunk again following through, and that is us. That is unbelievably close. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th all on a 7.4. And we do also now have a new assist record as well of a 6.8. Did help with the slipstream. I think Cod had to abandon his final lap. He must have invalidated it at some point. That guy is still trundling around, and that's what we're waiting on. But I can't believe that was that close. That's unbelievable. David has invited me to a party now that quali is done, but I will load into that very quickly after we go through our quali results. So here we are then. It's our NA champion from last season, Willow, taking pole position with a nice slipstream off of his teammate. Cod Camper, our realistic champion from last season, starting P2. Adrian P3 on his return. That's a cracking lap from the Latvian. Cal, our assist champion from last season, P4. You've got Chipmunk P5, Caden P6, Money Gamer Jensen P7, Nico in P8, Johnny B in P9, that guy P10, Scott in P11, Jack P12, who is having a few laggy issues, Padge, who didn't get to set a final run, and Liam, who decided to be nice to everybody and let them have a go. We'll very quickly join David's party here if he's still in it, if it doesn't break my game. Fingers crossed. I don't think it has. Can you hear me now? Disconnected very quickly. Can you hear me now? Are you able to put your party audio on? If it lets you. Hang on, I'll do party audio off, party audio on. Should do it now. Fingers crossed. Qualifying was brilliant. I have had 2 coughing fits already. See, it says at the top party being streamed, but I don't know if you have the option for it to just be like click audio. Killian, you know what you said then. Can you hear me now? Aye. Can you hear me now? See, I can make those jokes now, because you know it. Is the option there at the top for like include party audio on the app? True. It usually comes through fine though. That's really weird. But whilst we've got our wee 5-minute break, I do believe we're going 8 minutes past, so we've got another 3 minutes very, very quickly. We'll quickly go through the strategy. As it is dry, NA on Tuesday was inters to dries, sorry. I do believe normal strategy here, you can do the one stop, it's a nice wee hard medium, and I think John said you could try, was it a medium hard, and you get like a 9 lap delta or something compared to everybody else. You don't really need to save the tyres, you can just go like hell for leather and just absolutely pummel them. I think he might correct me in the chat on that one, but I remember him mentioning 9 lap delta. Medium hard, that's what it was. Horror. No. We'll wait and see what everybody does. We've got 2 minutes until lights out for our formation lap. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the ones in the chat, your quali predictions, bit late for that. Your top 3 predictions for the race. We'll go with that, and we'll see what everybody does. And I've just checked the memes channel. Thank you, Nico, and thank you, John, because that was sensational. Just to try something different if you're further back. I mean, I can see Liam trying it if he's starting from the very back. Because he did say on Tuesday in the practice lobby, he was like, I want to try it for giggles. Just to see how it would do. And then it started raining, so he couldn't do it. So I don't know why that's not letting you put your audio in, that's quite annoying. It's normally fine. It's the joys of technical gremlins for the start of the season. What can you do? It's actually nice because you don't have to drive in dead tyres. Oh, it's beautiful. You see, it's like when you come out of the pit lane and you actually have grip sometimes. Beautiful. Try that again and I'll put party audio on and off and we'll see. It does say we're waiting for players, so we should be going just now. Can I see the grid? How do you mean, Sam? I want to put my prediction in. Well, I need to wait on them getting... they're doing the national anthem. That's what it is. Race director. Forgot that was a thing. There we go. There you go. You can tell my last brain cell has been used at college today. No more Tom and Jerry scream. For those of you that have not seen that video. That's fine, but there we go. We're on the way for our formation lap. We will... Oh, we're not allowed that up. Naughty. There we go. Tyres. And it is the exact same as what it was on the race director of your... Top 3, I want Cal, Chip and Adrian 1, 2, 3, Cod and Willow crash. Well, it's happened once already this week. So it could do. It's never, you know, what is it? It's like lightning strikes twice in the same spot or never strikes twice in the same spot. So they might not collide on the right of Aposta, they might collide at like 14 and 15 on the run to the line and do a YouTuber Championship special. You never know. Be interesting to see how everybody else pushes off of this start as well, because I'm assuming Johnny B and that guy might fall away just because of the hards off the start. They're not the nicest. We need the Ferrari drama today as well. Well, there is only one Ferrari, unfortunately, but if we want to be technical, Sauber is basically Ferrari. Cod needs to pretend he's out. I'm not reading the rest of that. I'll let everybody else figure that one out. But yes, it's a bit too soon. We're trying to keep it as PG as possible, but it was funny. I did giggle. As they're lining up on the line, Willow on the right, Cod on the left, Adrian disqualified, and Cal lining up. And I do believe our last man in will be Deflated Wee, who hasn't DSQ'd himself. Smashing. So here we go then, as we await our 5 red lights for the start of Season 11, Round 1 of Assist Tier 1, back in the flesh. It's lights out and away we go in Sao Paulo. Willow getting a really good start, managing to drag Cod Camper away, and he's already clear by turn 1. They're going 3-4 wide in the background. You've got Cal up to P3, Adrian and them swapping players, still 3 wide through the NS's into the Curva del Sol. Cal's up to 3rd, Adrian's down to 4th, and Chipmunk is now going side by side with the man in the McLaren. You've got the leaders at the front going side by side. Try not to have a repeat of Tuesday, lads. They managed to keep it nice and clean for now, and Cod already wanting to get a move on. So it's Willow leading the way. We've got Cod just behind them, Cal just about hanging on in that DRS already, and Adrian and Chipmunk and Caden all just in that big midfield clump. They were going 3-4 wide already into turn 1 and turn 2. Just absolutely no safety at all. None of them caring. Just immediately winning the race at lap 1 and let's go. Speaking of, what a dive bomb from Money Game. Good lord. Nico, I'm sorry son, but you've had your ladle hose and pulled down there. That was unbelievable. What a switchback from the man in the Williams. But we'll run ourselves back up to the front. We'll see if Cod can get a run. He is burning battery, as is Willow. So we'll see if he gets the slipstream. He's getting ever closer to that green machine up at the front. Is he going to fancy it? Into the ZS. This has a little look. Willow gives him the room, but absolutely turns his front left into a 50 pence piece as they make their way onto the Curva del Sol for the second time out of 36. And he does have DRS, but has he burned too much battery to make it count? He isn't pushing, they're both saving. Cal managing to stick with them, and he has broken DRS to Adrian. So this now could be your breakaway group of Willow, Cod and Cal in that top 3. And then you've got Adrian, he's just about keeping with it. We'll jump to position changes and we'll see. Got Cal up 1, Adrian down 1, Liam up 3. That's a really good start for the man in the Aston Martin. Well, hopefully he can have a better time than what I did in that car on Tuesday, because that was not fun. Scott's lost 1, that was only to Liam, and then you've got Jack just at the back who is having his internet issues. We'll go back to our tyres Delta, that's the one that we wanted, and Cal is harassing Cod a little bit here. Adrian has got into the DRS again, so they are all as you were. The full field is only separated by, what would you even call that, about 10 seconds? Jack just having a wee lag spike at the back there as well. But they all stay as you were for now. It's not my favourite Harry Styles tune, but it'll do for now. As it was. I'm going to launch myself into a cough. Oh, that was very close on the inside for Cod. He did have issues with that exit curb. Destino del Lago. It did get me and it did get Cod and it got Aya on Tuesday as well, but that was in Inters conditions, or it was like dry tyres, wet track still, so it was a wee bit slippy. But they're all keeping it nice and compact currently. It is a shame. I will say it just now. David is not cooperating with him. He's it's not having it. So if we can get it fixed during this, fingers crossed, and if not, Bossman will be back next week. Fingers crossed again. Crossing everything. Has Caden got DRS? He does not. Here comes Jensen. That's not been said since 2016. Flies past that Alpine, nice wee simple DRS pass, and I have missed a pass for the lead. I'm very sorry. We'll see if Willow gets it back. Cod immediately cutting to the left to try and break the slipstream. Is Willow going to fancy it round the outside? Cod covers it well, maybe fancying the switchback out of Destino del Lago. He's got the run. Has he got the battery? Is he going to give him space? They're side by side as they make their way into the Ferradura of 6, and Willow round the outside of the Ferrari gives him enough room. Is Cod going to dive it again? He does, into 8 and into 9. Little bit of a love tap on the back tyre, but it does take P1 back, and all that fighting and squabbling is going to have Cal sat there licking his lips, praying that another Tuesday repeat happens and he can capitalise and pull away, because he's got I was going to say he's got a wee bit more battery than the rest of them, but they're all saving decently well. Adrian did pretty well battery wise too, so we'll stick on board with the leaders for now, just so I don't miss it again. I saw the 1 second gap come up and I'm like, oh, somebody's going to drop out. But we'll see if Cod fancies another dive, getting closer and closer and closer. Has a little look in Willow again. That front left is now a 20 pence. That's not 50 anymore. That's not looking good. Deflated gets up past that guy. We apologise for missing that one. We have the Monaco TV direction this this weekend, unfortunately. But they've kept it tidy for now. I think they're gonna. Oh, cow! That's not what you want to be doing. It's that little bump. It's like a tiny little invisible bump. I don't know. It's like on the game. It looks like a little. It's like a weed or something pushing up through the curb, and it like bounces the car. Is what it looks like. But I don't know if they've just not clipped it properly or they've not made the track properly. But it's like a tiny wee bump, and it just kind of offsets the car a little bit, and it's caught out Cod. I remember that. It's caught out Cal. It caught out myself. It's caught out Aya. So it's got a list of victims that is currently making its way through, and the gaps are slowly starting to peel out. I think Cod has been saving a little bit more than Willow. He's not using batteries, just letting that run down for just now. Cod just sticking behind. It's really weird not seeing Cod in that Sauber either. It's been weird to try to put it back, because the man was in the Sauber all of last season, and there's a Sauber up the front, but it's not him that's in it, he sat behind it. It's just a wee bit confusing. See if Adrian fancies the move here on Cal, if he's close enough. Cod is saving down the strain. I think that's what they're all doing, to be honest. Caden is struggling a little bit. He's now out of that DRS, so it should be Nico and Johnny's turn. He's struggling to keep it in the track limits as well. That's very wide, and that's the grass. You want to keep it on the black stuff, son. Very wide through Ferradura as well. I think Nico will be wanting to get a move on here, because he's slowly dropping back from that leading pack. About 1.5 second gap to them now. Johnny B not fancying the same dive bomb that got Jensen up in front and ahead and pulling away. And the gap now at 1.6, 1.7. He's slowly pulling away. We'll keep an eye on that one and see if anything happens with that. Chipmunk getting an awful run out of that final corner. Jensen might be fancying a look. None of the leaders burning battery, so we'll go back to this fight here and we'll see Jensen burning everything that he's got, as is Chipmunk, just to try and stay ahead. Nothing coming off that, but what is coming down the inside is our man from the Austrian Alps getting a little bit of a love tap through the NASs, and now he is up past the man in the Alpine as he nearly outpings it into the wall through Curva del Sol of turn 3. Nico very happy to get out in front of that, and now there's a three-way fight for P7. That gap, he's now lost a second, and he's going to lose another place here as well. Johnny B on the hards on a different set of tiles. They're going to try and go side by side through the Ferradura. There's a little bit of a tap. He's lost some of his wing. There's damage. Is Liam going to fancy the dive? Had a look. He's definitely seen that damage come off. Oh, that's very close as well to the back of the Alpine. And I think Caden's going to be in this lap. Those tyres are going to be begging for mercy. 100 odd degrees. Yeah, they are awfully toasty. Awfully toasty. We'll go back up to our leaders up at the front. Cal nearly out of that DRS, as was Cod, and he is now out of that DRS. He's trying to burn everything that he's got, but he's not got the battery to do it. Adrian sat behind him, absolutely chilling with his battery. He's very happy with the Duracell AA in the back of his car. And now Johnny B round the outside of Nico. He makes up a place as well. There's contact at the back too. Liam's been tapped. Tried to go down the inside of the Alpine, couldn't get it done. I don't think there was any damage from it. Little bit of a half spin, and he's now dropping further back from this fight as well, and you can just tell that this man will not be happy in that cockpit. I know for a fact he will not be happy in that cockpit. Oh, Jack. Oh, and he has called it quits. That's unfortunate. I died again, but I got resurrected. Cal fully out of that DRS now, and all of these guys behind are going to be sat rubbing their hands, licking their lips at the fairly big DRS chain, and it's everybody that was close in qualifying. Cal with the 0.4, Aiden with the 0.4, Chipmunk and Jensen all with the 0.4. We'll see if any of them fancy it. Here comes Adrian. Can he get it done nice and simple? Down the inside, gets it done even before the braking zone, and Cal's not fighting that at all. But there is a fight up at the front. I've missed it again. We need to focus on this more. There's a yellow flag further round. Willow's not going to be able to pass here, surely. With the yellow flag out at the apex, his teammate's there. Can he get it done beforehand? He is ahead, but there's a yellow flag out. Has ran wide. Cod takes the position back. And are they going to do it again? Remontada part 2 through Ferradura. Can he do it? Not round the outside this time. Cod parks the bus nicely on that apex, but that is not parking it nicely. That is building sandcastles. The bit is down at the coast for the beach. A wee bit further down. It's not at the exit of there. We'll go back up to the front. Adrian was always pretty decent at managing his He's everything, basically. It's like everything he could do was just there. He was pretty good at it. So it's good to see him backing up into the podium spots. We'll go back up to the front note, and we'll see who can get the spot for P1 as they make their way to the end of lap 9, starting lap 10, and Willow trying it round the outside, gets that done before the braking zone, and Cod will now have the DRS. Nico is in. We have our first of the blinkers out of that DRS train. See if Cod fancies it down the inside again. Willow's saving. Is he going to fancy a dive? Has a look. Nearly misses the braking zone, but they both keep that one nice and tidy. We'll run back through the rest of the field and we'll see how everybody else is doing. Nico has went on to hards. Well, that was a big slide from Liam there, Jesus. Nico just about coming out of the pits now. I'll jump to our leader gap and we'll see how much time that he's lost. Because he was just about in this train about here, I would say. So he's now, what would that be, but 22 odd seconds? I would say he's lost from that, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. We'll also keep an eye on the fact that I think Adrian's made a mistake somewhere in there. Cal's now back up to P3. And these four, there's another yellow flag out. I think that's Caden that's had a moment. I'll jump on over the leaders quickly. I'll see if Cod fancies it again. Does not even burning battery and he's flying past Willow into turn 1 through the centre S's. Gets the move done. Adrian following through behind. Cal now drops back to P4. And everybody sat behind this is all just kind of waiting to see what happens. We'll see what happens up at the front. Is these two again going to go side by side? Is Cod going to defend it? Nope, he lets Willow have it. But Willow's went off. He's done the Max Verstappen line. Cod can't get the power down quick enough. And he takes P1 back. Caden has also called it quits in the pit lane. I think he was having a wee bit of trouble with his tyres. He might not have the right tyre pressure settings. Oh, Scott, that was wide. Does keep it going. He comes out just behind Nico. So those guys are slowly closing in. I'm going to check and see what that leader gap is again. See that, 25, and he was about there. So that's what, 21. So he's getting about a second on his outlap, I think. Roughly. It's what you'd want. I would say, but these two fighting that much, this is going to invite Adrian back in, and it will be interesting to see how long these guys go. Is Cod boxing? He is not. Is anybody behind boxing and going to respond to those maybe going for a 2-stop? They are not. Is Willow going to fancy a dive? Bomb! Awfully close. Liam is boxing. We have another blinker to respond. In fact, that'll be interesting to see where they all come out, because Nico was awfully close in that group. They were all pretty close together, so that will be good to see how much people gain from their push laps. Adrian's just outside this DRS as well, and if Willow keeps sliding like that, he's going to be more than in his DRS. He's going to be trying to make that Sauber Mercedes powered. It was a man that he was just always there. See, like whenever, if you had Adrian as a teammate, like back in the day, you were blessed. This man was like, I don't want to say like the Bottas of the league, but see when you want a teammate that will be in the position he is now of like P3, P4, fighting, like genuinely being best of the rest, this man was your man. I don't know what they have in the water in Latvia. I'm hoping it's healthy, first of all. But he's always there when you need him. And speaking of, that little flap is open. He's back in the DRS. These two have fought that hard that a 2-second gap is now at 8/10. And Cal slowly dropped off from this as well. They're burning a fair amount of battery, and I think Adrian's going to stick in that DRS. He is. And we'll see if Willow fancies a dive bomb. He's not burning, but Cod usually doesn't get the best of exits out of here. And you can see that dirt air just pulling Willow wide, and the curb's trying to pull him over now as well. Johnny B's got up past Chipmunk. Those hards are slowly coming into their own. So this man's even in the fight here as well. Nico's gained another 1.5. We'll jump to the leader gap. 22 down to 3. It's about, what, 19 odd seconds? He has indeed. The Austrian is on a charge. And there is a word for it, but I'm not going to say it because it will bring back PTSD for several people, so we won't say that. We'll keep it as is. And we'll keep on board with these guys, but they're just they're sliding about everywhere. So are we going to see anybody respond to those pitting? I do think it's still a wee bit early. You want to take them to about, what is it, 16, 17? I think. Willow's not burning. So he'll sit behind for now. Is he going to fancy a dive? He's not. Cod covers it, locks up the front a little bit. They stay as you were behind. Cal's nearly out of that DRS. The car's ahead, he got a big slide through there as well. He might not have DRS. Willow definitely does. He's not burning anything though, neither is Cod. They're staying as is. Padge now boxes, I'm assuming to put on either another set of mediums or another set of hards. Everybody in that group has jumped them, and here they go again. Are they going to fancy it? Looks to the inside for Ferradura. Here we go again. Part 3, he's bumped him out wide, and he takes that position. Does he? No, he doesn't. He gets stuck on the curb on the inside. There's grass on the tyres, and he can't get it done just yet. And Cod keeps P1, and now Adrian is right up behind them. It's all closed up again. Cal's now properly out of DRS as well, so now we have that breakaway group I was talking about at the start, and he's struggling through Magulio, that downhill left, and there's another snap of overs there. Put the brake bias up, son, it helps when the tyres get more worn. But here they go then. Anybody boxing, anybody fancying it. Cod boxes, Willow stays out, Adrian follows him in, careful not to get any speeding pins trips. Cal! Your champ from last season picks up a 10-second penalty. Chipmunk follows them in. Now, where does Nico come out on all of this? This is what we need to watch now. I know Johnny B's just got second, but this is what we need to see. Nico's right there, as is Liam. Has the undercut worked? Because here comes Nico. This is going to be very close on exit. There's Cod on those cold hards. Here they come. Cod gets out ahead, Nico's just behind, and crucially, Liam is ahead of Adrian. So the undercut has definitely worked, albeit it's by about 3-5 laps between the both of them. They do have that offset, but Liam now needs to put the foot to the monocoque, like not even to the floor, like put it through, put it in the brake servo at the front, just put it through and get past Nico as quick as he can, because the moment he's out of DRS, Cod is gone. Willow is in, no speeding pins for him. Jensen does also come in, so Johnny B, Jensen is not in, sorry, I do apologise. So Johnny B takes the lead, he's off in a way on his hards. We'll wait and see where everybody else comes out. As Liam now will fly past the man in the Red Bull. Nico drops 2P6. Where is Willow in all of this? But that's a fantastic camera angle. That is. Where is the car? We go live to the Sauber pit garage. There he is. And Willow, oh my, he's side by side with Adrian out of the pit lane. He's in all sorts of traffic. That's unbelievable. Scott's right in this as well. He is on fresh mediums, so Scott possibly doing that 2-stop that we talked about. But Cod has, what was that, 3 cars in between him and Willow? Means he can put foot to the floor and go if he has the pace to do it. I'm assuming he will be probably going to the end from here. I'll wait and see how long those guys take their hard tiles. That guy, they all stay out. Deflated has dropped Nico. He won't have DRS. Adrian definitely will. Willow definitely will. Cal also, but I think he's too far back to benefit from it. Adrian jukes to the left, bushes to the right. Can he get it done round the outside? Not quite. Willow deploying the smokescreen tactic behind and just blinding Cal at the apex. Through the Curva del Sol. Battery on. Is he going to try it round the outside? Can't quite get it. Is Willow going to try and get 2 of them at once? He's going to definitely get past Nico there on the left hand side. Is he going to fancy the dive bomb on Adrian? He gives him the room as they make their way through the Decino de Lago, through that inside, gets the move done, and Cal also, wee bit of team orders there in the background from the Red Bull boys. He's now up past his teammate as well, but that 10-second penalty has absolutely ruined him. Has to lift off a little bit there as well. I'll do a quick pen check at one point if I can. Nico will have to pit again. Deflated is going to be close. So this could, in the wise words of Bootlegger, this is going to get tasty, baby! Oh, of course, I had to put it. Had to be done. Jensen is in. No speeding penalty. Your top 2 keep on going, but they've lost about 3 seconds odd. to Cod, who's now on a charge. Willow sits the new fastest lap of the race. Is that a new race record? It is indeed. By about 2 milliseconds. Oh, Adrian! He now picks up 3 seconds for his woes. And... is this NA or is this AT1? Cod, Deflated and Willow all in a row. They are on the charge, to be fair. It's going to be a while. I don't think Cod will get into the DRS of that guy unless he's about to get into it and then he boxes so he doesn't get it. It's usually the play you would go for. We'll see what they all do. I think they're just going to try and be smart. Jensen has lost so much time compared to that pack he was in. Right up there with like Cal, Adrian. Oh, pardon me. At least Deflated started at the back. He did, yes, he's a man of his word. We'll see if he's going to move any further back at place. I don't think he is. I think these guys are all cleverly just saving the tyres for now. So we'll go on board with Chipmunk as he makes his way past Nico just before the braking zone off turn 1, and that is the man in the McLaren up to P8. It's all sort of simmered down a little bit now, but I can guarantee the moment I reach for my drink, there's going to be a safety car. I just know it. Oh, yep, there it is. There's your first movement. Willow looking for it on Liam. Is he going to try what he's done on Cod all afternoon? He's going to force him all the way out. He did pick his side. He only did have his one move, and he has defended it so far into Ferradura. Is he going to fancy the dive? He does. Liam covers it off just about, but it's getting off the Algae, and we are on standard damage. It's not simulation. So it does allow for this. Willow desperate to get the power down as he makes his way into Pico de Pato, round the outside. Liam shows him the door, puts him on the curb, but it's going to turn to the inside for Magulio. Liam now on the outside, Willow on the inside, through June. Sal, they went side by side for the full lap, and he has stayed ahead. But that little flap, the Aramco sponsored flap, is not open, so now he's going to have absolutely nothing left to defend with. He's going to try and force Willow round the long way, can't get it done, and here comes Adrian. And Liam, defending for his life, using all the battery that he had, has lost 2 places in 1 corner. And now does slow down and let Cal through, so I think he is realising this is just for fun, which is good to see. But Willow now isn't in that DRS of Cod. 1.7, but 1.8 seconds now, yeah. I think Cod has seen that they were fighting and has put the hammer down. And is trying to get away as quick as he can. With only 16 to go, we are on increased safety cars as well. I will mention that. So any spun cars, any empty sat still for a wee bit too long, will put a safety car out. Adrian might not get DRS here. Your detection point's that little line there, and I don't think he got it. That guy's into the pit lane. No speeding pen for him. Nope, none at all. He's going to go for the undercut on Johnny B. Adrian, did he get it? He didn't. But he's used all his battery that he had saved up to try and get back in it. I think he has got it. He does. But Cal still does need to serve that penalty as well, so unless he's going to take it to the end, if Cod can keep Will out of his DRS, he's won easily. Oh yeah, 100%. So all he has to do is just not back off, or like sit off a bit. Just has to keep going. And that'll be him. They have all sort of, they've all kind of bunched back up again after all those pit stops. Everybody's came out in their respective areas. Nico is, I don't think he's just having any luck. Those rears do look a wee bit toast. Is that 106? 107, so those tyres overheating just a wee bit. Maybe the tyre pressure's not where they need to be. Make Willow use his tyre. Exactly. But Adrian's not kept it. So he has no pressure from behind. See if Johnny boxes and responds. He does. Careful, no speeding pen. Oh, that was very close. So we go back to the way it was. Cod takes P1. Back again. Willow to P2. Adrian P3. Cal P4. Deflated's now P5. Oh, he was P7 in those two boxes. You'd think I'd know. After commentating on it for the last 22 laps or the last like hour and a half, you think I would know. Is Cal gonna fancy it? Not close enough just yet. We can keep on board with this fight in the background for P3 because this technically is I don't want to say a best of the rest, but this is what AT1 would be if Cod and Willow weren't reserving this evening. I think we are on a recruitment drive. I do believe there's a tab, like an exclamation mark, join in the chat. I do believe, and if not, I will link or put my Discord username in the chat, and people can send a wee DM on that if they do wish to join us. It's a lovely league that we have. It's a nice wee community. We're all very good friends. On track's a different story, but we don't. No, we're kidding. We don't talk about those. But I think they are all back into that tyre saving phase. Nico's in again. So again, blinking first. And we'll see where this puts him. He's about 5 seconds behind that guy currently. So we'll use that as our gap. In fact, no, what we'll do is we'll jump to the leader gap. Well, that's broken. 11, 14, 14, 10. Is it dyslexic? Possibly. We'll leave it as is. But Johnny B and that guy are going to be ones to watch on this because he had to pick Helen. Oh no, yeah, no, I knew that. It was just the fact he's doing the undercut again. Because everybody that boxed around the same time as Nico has to do it again. So like Nico that's just come in, Scott that we've known, Liam will be close to the end, I remember you saying. But he is only racing for pride at this point. It's not like he's properly taking it seriously. That's what Tuesdays are for. He is pushing a fair amount though, isn't he? Now it has got rather cloudy. It was nice and sunshine. Nice and sunshine? Yeah. Nice and sunshine, we'll go with that. It was nice and sunny at the start of the race. There's another new track record for you, and I do apologise, Alex, but your track record has been beaten. It was a 1 minute 10 flat, and it is now a 1 minute 9.8. And I did notice it, John. Now you've put it in the chat. I was monitoring it. I had one eye there and one eye on the other gaps. That no longer says 1 second. That does indeed say 7/10. And we don't know how hard these guys have been pushing. Their battery levels are about the same. We'll wait and see if they make any moves, and then we will do a very, very quick warnings check between them. I know Willows went off track about 2 or 3 times, but I think he lifted off enough that it didn't bother him. Cod is just saving battery, but it's brought Willow right back into it. Just a video. But they are awfully close. Are they going to do it again? Battery is on. Cod is saving. Having a look, not quite close, but this has been Willow's happy hunting ground. That was very nearly a happy hello into the crash barrier. That was a very big flick of oversteer. Another new fastest lap. Nico now does a 9.4. We'll very quickly check what our warnings are saying. Cod, 1 on lap 1 that I do think we saw. He only has 1. Willow has 2. So, Willow having to be extra careful. We have 11 laps to go plus the final lap. How are they going to play it? Here we go then. They make their way through 14 and 15. Cod not even giving him the slipstream, just letting him have it as he flies past and now takes P1. But he has almost doubled the battery. Cod has played it smart, has the battery. That might have taken him to his second warning though. I know he can get away with a big cut on the inside of turn 2, but Willow's going to burn everything that he's got. He's not waiting about. And I don't think Cod is either. Has the look. Willow defends it just about, and Cod taking a wee bit too much curb. He's not going to get that proper run that he wanted, and now he's going to have to burn even more battery just to try and stick with. And I think that I don't know if he was just going to try and play games or sit behind and just let Willow go through and then pass him again there Ferradura like they've done all race? But he's letting them get away a fair bit here. He does still have that battery advantage. Willow's burning everything he can to try and break it. I'm not sure what COD's plan is here. I thought that was Willow that picked up 3 seconds there, but it's not. Scott picks up 3 seconds. We've got Johnny B and Jensen in there. We've got Johnny B now on a charge. And I think his charge is possibly Type C. But he's on the way. You must be new here. Deflated does box. So he won't make it to the end. So that is him officially down and out of it. He won't fight for anything further more than probably maybe P5. Maybe even not that. Oh no, definitely not even that. I think that's Liam's race done and dusted in P9. Which is quite unfortunate, because he was on a pretty good charge, and now Johnny B getting past Jensen again. Well, they're still side by side actually, I take it back. Through the Decino del Lago, up towards the hill, even more wheel bumping. Is he going to try it round the outside? Ferradura gives him the room on the inside. They're both still there, side by side, again up and over the hill. Johnny B on the inside, trying to do the same move that Jensen did to Nico on lap 1, but it then turns to the inside of turn 9 and then up towards Pico de Pato. They're still side by side. Jensen not wanting to give this up at all. That guy will be sat behind them hoping that these guys collide, and he picks up 2 places for nothing. They're still side by side. Chucks it down the inside, and they've went side by side for the full lap. And speaking of going side by side, P1 and P2, COD using the battery that he had is going to compromise Willow's run out of turn 2 through Curva del Sol. Willow is saving, not using any battery, and COD is going to fly around that outside. Willow doesn't fight it. He's not got the battery to fight it. COD does. And that might be what decides this, because if he can't save battery, he's not going anywhere. Jensen now gets back past Johnny B. That guy gets back up past Johnny B as well, so there must have been a little bit of coming together between them. And Jensen fighting for his life to keep these 2 medium runners behind, and if these guys keep fighting the way they are, Liam is going to be licking his lips. Or maybe not. The commentary curse strikes again. That's unbelievable timing, I can't believe that. I'm sorry, Liam. I'll buy you a new dress out of Primark, son, I do apologise. We'll go back to our leaders. COD isn't burning. Willow isn't burning. Both saving. Can't even see over the hill just to see. Oh, that was awful close again. He's teetering on the edge of it. I think if he gets, I don't want to say frustrated, but if he gets a wee bit more like annoyed under that helmet, he might start taking chances. Because that's been 2 very close cuts in a row. I don't know, is he going to push? No, they're both saving. So we'll jump back to this fight that's going on, which it's not even a fight, it's a full-on pub scrap at this point. Somebody's bumped into somebody and the pint's been spilled. That's what this fight is. Jensen managing to stay ahead. He's not got much battery to do it. The other 2 behind him, well, that guy definitely has extra battery, but he's just got a massive big hit of dirt air through Ferradura and ran a little bit wide, so it might invite Johnny B back in. And Liam's taken about 3 seconds out of those guys in that lap. So there's another fight to keep an eye on. You've also got the fight. Oh, speaking of fighting, Jensen's just punched himself in the face trying to save his wheel. And even more fights. Willow to the inside. COD gives him the space. Is he going to try the switchback again that he had? But Willow bottoms out on the curb. Does try the switchback. He's going to go round the outside of the Curva del Sol through turn 3. There's not much grip out on that side. He's going to burn everything that he has, and I think COD does have the lower wings. Gives him the room on the inside, or does he's going to try and push him out just a little bit. Gives him the room, has to ease off the throttle just about. Is he going to try down the inside? Ferradura can't do it, and Willow retakes the lead. We're swapping about more times than Katy Perry singing Hot or Cold. Can't make up their mind what one of them wants to lead, and COD's got a massive big hit of oversteer there as well. And I have also just realised Chipmunk is on for a podium. Because Cal's got that 10 seconds and Adrian has 3. What is this commentary curse? He's dropped DRS from that as well, so Chipmunk will not be getting on the podium. Not anymore. Podium's not even dead set at this point either, because I don't know what way these two are going to finish round. They might take each other out then. We've got 5 laps to go. Johnny B get awful close to the back of Jensen there as well. We're right on board with this fight for just now, because I don't think those two are fighting. I can see it on the minimap, and I don't think Cod's as close as he wants to be. Johnny has absolutely no battery. Jensen has no battery. That guy maybe has about 1 AAA left in that system, I would say. Liam's slowly closing in. Every time I pan to this man at this corner, he either gets a pen or he drives on the grass. It's unbelievable commentary curse, and I've done it twice. I've done it to Liam and I've done it to Chipmunk. It's unbelievable. We'll go back to our leaders. Willow's not got that much battery, and Cod's not going to have much more either, because he's just had to burn a heap loads to get back in. We'll go back to these guys behind. Cal's not using, Adrian's hardly using, Chipmunk has now dropped out of that as well. Stick on board with these guys for just now. Cod's just getting a massive thwack of chunder steer coming out of that turn 2 of the S's. So he now has to sit behind, so unless he's biding his time. Oh, Willow, that's wide as well. How on earth was that not a warning? Willow's still on 2. Cod still on 1 as well. And with 4 to go, as Sam said in the chat, it's gonna get tasty. It's not even getting tasted out, it's getting succulent in this bit of the field, because Jensen is still hanging on. Johnny B's not got the battery to push. That guy sitting behind does. I think he's just also biding his time and waiting, and that lead gap. Does Cod have it? He doesn't. So now he has to burn all his battery. Willow doing the exact same, but Cod's wings are lower. And immediately, he's straight back in. Because there's your detection point, and he gained full 10ths. He's straight back in it. But now he has to save, because all of that battery he had saved up, he's just had to burn just to keep in. Oh, that was close to track limits as well. He's chucking it through the Destino del Lago without a care in the world. We'll jump back and we'll see if Johnny B can get any closer. I think he needs to sit here and save battery down this straight. Just save it all the way through the middle side. Willow's got 3 seconds! All he had to do was keep it on the black stuff. He couldn't do it, and now Cod is either going to sit behind and take the win on pens, or in case Willow appeals it and brings in the race director, will he go for it? Willow has nothing to fight for now. It is over as it stands. Cod gonna go for it down the inside, takes the lead back from Willow, or is he? There's a wee bit of contact at turn 1. Willow's still on that inside, gets a little bit of a squeeze. I think he was behind at the detection point. He was indeed, so he now has the DRS. Is he going to try inside, outside, monkeys, tails, down the inside, into the Destino del Lago? They're going to go side by side through the Retroposta as well. They're still banging wheels and bumping away. And Cod keeps the position. So he now takes P1, hardly has any battery to fight it with. And now it's all kicked off. It did indeed get tasty. Generational ball drop. I did notice as well, in that fight, Liam did get past that guy. I did see it pop up. But we'll jump back to our leaders just now, because this is the fight that everybody wants to see. Cod isn't even pushing. He's sat there in none, and he's still pulling away from Willow. That man has absolutely no wing on that car. It's not even a wing setting, it is literally front and back and side to side. And speaking of down the inside, did try the dive bomb. He will be behind at the detection point, so it will be his next, but he's hardly got any battery to push with. Willow has a decent amount. Is he going to dive bomb it? Looks to the inside, tries to juke out Willow. Willow covers it off. Little bit of grass on the tiles, and now he's pulling away again, but he's got that 3 seconds, so it doesn't matter. And with the way that these guys are fighting, if anything does happen, Adrian is sitting in prime position to take the win. Currently. He does have a podium secured, he doesn't need to do anything mental. I'm sure he knows. Liam did also get past Johnny B in that fight too, that did happen. That was a thing that did occur. But again, back to the leaders, back to your scheduled programming. He is a wee bit further out, but again, he doesn't need to pass him. And I think he knows it as we start lap 36 of 36. We're on our final lap this evening of round 1. That's definitely a warning, and now he's... Oh. I don't think there was any need to do that. There's no way that was not a warning. Just Liam up past Jensen there as well. I think Jensen might try the switchback. I don't think Pod's close enough to do anything on that, so we'll jump on board with this for just now. Liam, absolutely no battery. Jensen just about keeping it, and now he takes P6 back from Liam. And is currently, I would say best of the rest. Oh, where's Liam going? Are the vibrations too bad and the cars have to stop? Is that what's happened? Or, oh, he must just be letting everybody through. That's nice. That is nice. That's nice. So we'll ignore the Aston Martin that has just gave their driver permanent nerve damage on the final lap. But as we come out of our final corners of 14 and 15, Willow will cross the line first, but he won't take the win. Cod steals it off him just at the end. Adrian takes P3 on his return. Cal with that 10-second penalty should drop down to P5 and does. So it's Chipmunk P4, Cal P5, Jensen takes P6 with an admirable fight to keep that guy and Johnny B behind. That guy finishes P7, Johnny B will take P8. My Austrian brother of IIRL bullet, Mr. Nico, takes P9, and Socks, who I genuinely think has just been in no man's land unfortunately this race for him. He's just not been... I don't want to say just not there, but he was, you know, like the side characters you get in a TV show that people kind of forget about. In the nicest way possible, Scott, but like, that's how that felt. And I think Liam and Padge are having a ding-dong. Is he going to get the slipstream? DRS on the run to the line. Will he do it? Will he do it? Does have the DRS, but he's not using it. To the line, will the Aston Martin detonate itself? It did indeed, over the line it goes. And in the end, Padge does beat him anyway because Liam had 3 seconds. And I mean, for the first race of the season, he's hit Gangman style on the podium. Can we can we take that win off him? That's haram. I don't know if that should be allowed, but there we have it. Round 1 of Assist Tier 1 Remontada is done. We have Cod taking the win from P2 on the grid. Willow with his 3-second penalty that may or may not get removed. I'm unsure. We'll wait and see what the stewards say. We have Adrian P3 on his return. That's fantastic from the Latvian man. I think he'll be very, very happy with that. Drove it nice and smooth. He'll be annoyed with the 3 seconds, but he'll be quite happy with P3. Chipmunk takes P4. Our reigning champ Callan P5 with his drive-through penalty. That'll have really buggered him over as well, because that would have been an easy P3 for him. Jensen takes P6. That guy P7. Johnny B P8. Nico P9, Scott P10, Padge and Liam rounding off your grid, and we had Caden and Jack as our DNFs. And yeah, that is us. Thank you all for joining us on our 81 return on my commentary return. Hopefully I'm feeling a bit better next week and I have the soothers on hand. I couldn't find them. I don't know what I've done with them. I think they're in the bottom of my bag somewhere. It's like, have you ever seen Mary Poppins? The bag is just like bottomless and just keeps going and going and going. There's like lampshades and like thousands of Dr. Pepper in there. It's somewhere in there. But that has been us. The league is back again on Sunday at 7:30 once again for Assist Tier 2. And I believe it is Deflated and John doing the commentary for that one now. So you have the wonderful dulcet tones of Southern England and an American man who hates Twinkies. Not sure why. I think they're alright. I think they're quite funny. Funny? Yummy? What am I talking about? League is back again. Yep, Sunday, 7:30 for AT2. We then roll on to next week, where we have Vegas. Cannot wait. Taking a nice wee northwestern flight over Central America to the gambling paradise. Bet365. Cannot wait. I know exactly what that word does, and it's been starred out. And I'm not going to confirm or deny that, Sam. You can figure that one out. But, yep, back again, same time next week for Vegas. Fingers crossed, David's audio settings are fine. I'm not sure what happened with them at all. It's usually perfectly fine. We can usually hear him on stream perfectly fine. But, yeah, the ping was on Brazilian servers, unfortunately. So that is us. I thank you all for watching. It will be me and David back next week for Vegas. And I hope to see you all then. And we will probably see you at Caesar's Palace in the casino. Can't wait. See you all then. Bye bye.